So as the chair had indicated, the cash hold dividend program came out of a subcommittee called Think Big Subcommittee. And we were challenged by the chairwoman, Mr. Gutierrez, to come up with some ideas that would expand upon or enhance MDX's mission. And it could be any idea from finance, to procurement, legal, or customer service. So the thought that we had behind this program is how MDX actually manages its finances. From an accounting perspective, we are set up as an enterprise fund, proprietary fund. And what that means is those are business type activities, very similar to water and sewer, to the airport, toll roads, concessions, things of that nature. It's paid through the use of the user fee. The difference is that we have a public purpose and fiduciary responsibility to the public. So even though we operate in finance activities similar to a private entity, we still have a public purpose and a fiduciary responsibility relationship with our commuters. We issue debt, obviously, to expand upon the expressway system, no different than a private organization that would have to borrow debt to expand upon their business. We are solely responsible for repaying that debt and meeting our obligations. Enterprise funds usually, as MDX's case, we don't receive any sales tax, we don't receive any federal grant programs, so the only source of revenue that we have is the user fee, which is our toll dollars. So the thought behind this program is that we looked at our bondholders, we spent a lot of time talking about our bondholders, and they loaned us the money essentially to build projects, to fund the projects. Our toll payers actually pay the toll, they pay the user fee in order for us to repay that debt. But when you look at commitments, they're very similar. They're one and the same, whether you're a bondholder or whether you are a commuter. We have a responsibility to run the organization efficiently. We have the responsibility to spend the dollars where we said we were going to spend the dollars into the projects that we committed to. We have a responsibility to be accountable and transparent, whether you're a commuter or whether you're a bondholder. We have a responsibility to take those bond dollars and deliver the projects that we said that we borrowed the money for. And we have the same responsibility to toll payers as to why we're charging them the toll. So when you really look at the commitments, they're one and the same. The bondholders get a financial direct return on their investment, which is called interest. They get interest on the money. Our users don't necessarily get a direct financial interest, but they still get a benefit from the improved mobility, safety, travel and time savings, and it's an improvement in quality of life. So the thought behind the program was that we would turn our customers and our commuters into similar to our investors. So now they have the financial stake in the expressway system. The board of directors would have the ability to declare dividends, which is going to be tied to MDX's financial performance and our governance. A lot of the financial results that occur is based upon governance, based upon policies, based upon decisions the governing board makes. So it's not just about the financial results, it's about the decision making this governing board makes every single day and at every single governing board meeting. The cashback dividend program also demonstrates MDX's ability to show stable financial results and good governance. We've never been afraid to demonstrate that. We have demonstrated that, and we continue to do so. Cashback toll dividends will be paid from net revenues, which is after we pay all our obligations for year 40 account. And as indicated, bondholders would remain in senior lien in all required obligations during that first. So this is an illustration. This is just an illustration, just to show you an example, that if our revenue is 175 in any given year and expenses are 47 million, our net revenue is 128 million. The bondholders need to be paid back by $67 million. In our financing plan, we projected that we should come up with a coverage of 185. Well, the actual results that were achieved was 191. So what this illustration shows is the governing board would be able to declare a dividend. In this case, I showed an example of $3 million. Well, I'm going to take a step back and kind of explain why the senior coverage of the 185 was so important to achieve. It is about credit rating. It is about the cost of borrowing and funding our capital projects, similar to when you borrow to finance your mortgage on your house. What is the interest rate you're going to get? The lower the interest rate, the lower the cost. We need to be able to cash fund our projects. We have a portion of our capital program, just like a down payment on a house, but we're basically saying we're not going to mortgage the whole thing. We are going to cash fund a portion of the capital projects. And that's how the financing plan was built. We also have the responsibility to system preservation, to make sure that the expressway system is maintained in excellent condition. That was one of the comments that the Fitch rating agencies brought out in their report. that they were very pleased to see that we received an excellent condition on our expressway system. The senior coverage ratio is important also to be able to make our principal and interest payments year over year. And it's also important to make sure that it's under our reserves. So that's why the target of getting to our coverage ratio is so important. This is an example of how we would go about calculating the dividends to our commuters. If we declared a $3 million dividend and 75,000 people who registered for the program, and I broke it up based upon annual totals. We have 20,000 commuters in the $400 range on an annual basis, with 25,000 and 275 and 30,000 who spent $200 on an annual basis. Their daily total is anywhere from 145 to 73 cents. If the governing board said, well, we're going to declare 20% dividends, 20% of $400 is $80 back. So that individual's daily total just went down from 145 to 116. So what the program does in effect, it lowers the toll rates. Gave an example on the bottom half of the screen that if 50,000 people registered, obviously we'd be able to declare a higher dividend amount, such as 25%. And again, that lowers an individual's overall daily toll rate even further. So what does it really do? The commuters now, they pay their toll, they get the benefit of an expressway system that's safe, that's reliable, that's enhanced mobility, but now they do have a return on investment, which is called the cashback dividend. They will get their portion of their tolls back. So they are placed in the same position, in a sense, from the bondholders that they have as financial stake in the system. Some of the criteria that we are recommending is obviously the program could be in a position to declare a dividend once MDX exceeds its financial projection or its senior debt coverage on an annual basis. Customers must register on an annual basis. They must be a SunPass customer in good standing. And they must have paid $100 in toll per fiscal year on MDX's expressway on any of the 5 roadways. This is only for a 2-axle vehicle, and the annual dividend will be declared by the Budget and Finance Committee after we do our year-end close, and cash will be paid out in mid-December. Before we presented this to the subcommittee, we went through the due diligence process. We did speak to our financial advisor for Southwest, and we asked them to talk to rating agencies as a blind client, not really telling us what, telling them what client it was, and kind of gauging where they felt this would have an impact to our credit rating at all. And the response we got was they were comfortable with the program because we are going to be in a position to meet our obligations to our senior bondholders, first and foremost, our reserves, and all the financial commitments would be funded at first. So we actually like the program. The financial impact would be determined on a year-to-year basis based on financial performance. We went to legal. When we asked legal, our bond counsel, tax counsel, as well as the criminal counsel, for concurrence on this program. Our bond counsel response was that this fit into our trust and interest requirements, and there was no issue from a trust and interest perspective. Our tax counsel didn't feel like there were any significant issues. We still had to go through some administrative procedural things with tax counsel, but we don't think that there's going to be any issues there. We talked to general counsel whether or not the terms and conditions of the program, the advanced program, would be able to roll over into this program, and again, they were comfortable that the language allowed us to do so. We spoke to the IT department to make sure that what we built on the Advantage program that we can modify to make sure that this program can be implemented in a timely fashion, and IT concurred that they felt that this was, they could support it. We went to the Public Communications Department. We asked Public Communications whether or not they had enough time and they understood the program, and the program could be communicated to the public in a timely fashion. And we did get an agreement from the Public Communications area that this was a program that they could get out to the public as soon as possible. I have several questions, and this is really just a summary of the program itself. What is the program? What the program is MDX will declare a cashback toll dividend from net revenues earned in each of the fiscal years for eligible customers. The amount of cashback toll dividend will be determined by the Budget and Finance Committee by October, which is the first half of the subsequent fiscal year, based upon a variety of business and economic factors. Why does MDX offer a cashback toll dividend? The cashback toll dividends are a component of MDX's customer value initiative and one of our unique benefits investing in mobility in our community. Cashback toll dividends are a way to promote ongoing equitable tolling among the expressway system's loyal customers. What is the effect on toll rates? The effect of the cashback toll dividend lowers the commuter's customer's toll rate. Why not just lower the toll rate instead of having a cashback dividend program? The current toll rates are based upon achieving certain financial objectives to repay the debt and to continue the much-needed capital projects, specifically on MDX. Since the financial results are based upon forecasts and not actual results, the current toll rates are needed. However, should the revenue outperform the forecast, expenses are lower than expected because efficiencies and/or construction costs are lower than expected, then MDX will be in a position to declare a cashback toll dividends to our commuters. How will the cashback toll dividend be calculated? The cashback toll dividend is based upon MDX exceeding its financial projections and senior coverage ratios. The board will declare a cashback toll dividend amount and distribution percentages. The net revenues calculation will be based upon general accepted accounting principles and our trust indenture coverage calculations. Why doesn't MDX distribute all of its net revenues? MDX must first comply with all of its debt obligations, its reserve requirements, as well as continue to fund the capital necessary for future growth of the system and service our customers. Will MDX distribute a cashback dividend every year? MDX board would like to distribute a cashback toll dividend every year that financial projections and senior coverage ratios will exceed it. The exact cash amount, however, will be determined at the end of each of the fiscal years and will be based upon, again, various business and economic factors. Are customers still eligible to register for the program? Open enrollment ended on April 30th, 2015. However, since this is the modifications of the Advantage program, MDX will reopen the registration for fiscal year 15 and 16 on July 13th through August 14th. Customers who have already registered for the Advantage program will enroll into the cashback toll dividend program for both fiscal years. When will the cashback toll dividend checks be distributed? Customers receive an email notification several weeks before checks are mailed out. The cashback toll dividend checks are expected to be mailed out in mid-December.